Hello, welcome to today's video diary for Finding My Way with Pi, Purpose, Intention, and Emotion. I am Pi, and today I am thinking about, I really don't know how to describe this emotion actually. The concept is essentially what it takes to get started. And what I mean is, sometimes we may have this idea of something we want to do or be, and we don't know how to get started or how to incorporate it. Now, this could be something very simple, like I want to be healthier, so I want to exercise more, but we don't know how to get started because we can't see clearly the path to doing that. Or it could be something, much bigger, like what I'm in the middle of right now, which is transitioning from a corporate executive leadership position into my next phase and my next thing. And while I know what I'm passionate about, I'm pretty darn clear on my mission, my personal mission. What I wasn't quite sure of were the actual steps or how to get started. And I've been learning a lot over the last few months in my master's program, Master of Arts and Happiness Studies, and there's been little bits and pieces here and there that have given me ideas for how to get started, but something I did this week really glued it all together for me. So some of the bits and pieces I'll go through here. One is to even have an idea to get quiet enough and know yourself enough to know which direction you want to go or what it is you want to do, or basically just be mindful enough to even make the choice at the end of the day. And how do you do that? And there's different techniques for that, such as journaling, meditation, which just practices mindfulness so that you do that and can access that more easily in your day-to-day, and conversation, and looking for examples out in the world of, people maybe who have already done what you've done, and seeing how they did it. So there's that. There's also, when you want to build a new habit or start a new thing, you have to begin to have different behaviors. You have to make the choice and then figure out how to do the different behaviors. So the example I used earlier, wanting to exercise more. Well, you have to figure out where in your day that happens and clearly define it for you. You also have to experiment with it, and if something doesn't work, tweak it and try again. So for example, know what it takes for you to start, right? Maybe that means putting your walking shoes or your running shoes or your workout shoes right next to your bed. And then if you are someone who can work out right when you wake up, maybe your pajamas should be your workout clothes so that all you have to do is wake up, use the restroom, brush your teeth, throw your hair up if you have hair like I do, put your shoes on, go get your workout. Remove the barriers, but be clear on how to actually start, because if you're not, then you have to make it up as you go, and that takes a lot of energy and it takes a lot of guesswork. So another example for me, this pivoting in my career and doing more of what I love and building my expertise in this area of whole being and emotional wellness and happiness, the art of living well. This is what I'm going and getting my master's for, and then my plan will be to continue on to get my PhD in human flourishing. Now, those things, the education piece of it, that I get, but I want to be able to offer services and build a community and also teach and speak and write. Some of this I am doing, and for me, it's like, what do I do to get to that next step so that I can, more regularly start to book these engagements or publish my book or, these types of things. So it was those next steps that I was not clear on how to start. So this week, as part of the exercises in my homework, we did this process called appreciative goal setting. I already know and have appreciated the successes I've had in this domain that I want to now immerse myself in and do my work in full time. I understand, so I appreciate the past, and I'm imagining where I want to go with it. I know what I want to build, and I know what I want to produce, and I know how I want to give back to the world. So I understand that, but imagining that future and really visualizing it, I've done that now. And then the next thing is getting concrete goals. So it's like, okay, well, then take it from appreciating the seeds, that grounded positivity, appreciating the seeds that I have already in my history, the successes I already have in my past experience with my dream for the future, and then say, what are my long-term goals? And those are goals that would be anywhere from 1 to 30 years, 30, not 3, 30, 1 to 30 years in the future. What are my long-term goals? And you know what? You can even make it simple. I go big because I'm an overfunctioner and an overachiever. It's one of my strengths, actually, is achiever. But pick one. Just pick one thing. If your one thing is something as simple as want to start to exercise, and your long-term goal is to be able to walk once a day for 30 minutes and have, over 200 active minutes a week or something like that. You make it measurable. And that's your long-term goal. By the end of the year, I want that. So then you go to medium-term goals, which are like medium objectives, something that you want to be completing. So it would be something along the lines of you would set up, let's see, for this, I'm processing out loud here because just to give you a real life example of how I would process through this, then the medium-term objective would be for the first 3 months, I'm going to commit to walking just 3 times a week at my lunch break. 3 times a week. That's it. And then measure and then see where I can add in. So add small steps first. And then for the short-term plan, think of this like a to-do list. So you have long-term goals, medium-term objective, short-term plan would be to-do list. Put my walking shoes by my desk, set a reminder on my phone, to-do list, for 3 days a week to remind me to go, and have create a system where I can put a check mark on the days that I walk that I did it, and don't break the chain. So that is an example of how you put the idea, the generative, appreciative process of how to change, how to move in the direction of what you want. Now, the 4th step is so important because now you've got the plan. What do you think the 4th step would be? Actual execution of it, the actual actions. It's so incredibly important. And one of the things that helps with this that we did in our exercise actually was called authentic action. So connect with what your personal strengths are for how you will be achieving your goal, and what personal values that you're going to uphold in the pursuit of that goal. So personal strength of mine that I'm going to use when achieving this exercise goal will be that I am a planner, and I am very good at scheduling and executing and organizing, and I will put that to use to help me stay focused on this goal. And then the personal value that I'm going to be upholding for myself is that I am a healthy person, and it's important to take care of my body. So that's just one example. I'm applying this appreciative goal setting process to my own life and working on building my goals. And my goals have become very clear to me through a series of work that I've been doing with my career coach, the exercises and the homework that I have in my master's program, and a lot of personal, emotional healing. Getting myself to a place of whole being so that I'm ready to take that next step in my life from a place of wellness. whole person wellness. So that's what I'm thinking about today, and that is some of the work that I was working on today. And I don't even know how to tie an emotion to this, except it feels like I have purpose. It feels like I'm working towards something that's meaningful to me. I feel like I have agency. Like I have so much that I can contribute in my own life and to others and to the world. And now I know how I want to begin to do that because I've sat down and done this process to take the first steps. One last thing I want to say about this is this process can be repeated as often as needed, because sometimes we think we want something and we get going down our path and we may even achieve it, and then it's like, what's next? Repeat the appreciative goal setting process. Or maybe you get into something and you realize this is not what I thought it was going to be, and I need to pivot. Maybe it's not walking you need to do. Maybe it's a dance class twice a week. Or maybe you need to do yoga in your living room, following along on a YouTube video. Whatever it is, find the thing that's right for you, experiment, allow yourself the permission to try things out and pivot. And you can use that appreciative goal setting process every time you pivot so that you have the clear steps for how to start and how to move forward and how to keep going. So I just feel empowered. Maybe that's the word. Empowered is what I want to talk about. That's what I'm thinking about. And that is what I want to convey to all of you. One way at your fingertips that you have that you can feel empowered. I'd love to walk you through the process if anyone ever wants to connect with me. I'm working on how to get that up on my YouTube channel, but also in other manners so that you can figure out how to connect with me if you want to have a conversation with me. I would welcome it. Conversations are so magical. They really open our minds up and open up our realities if you think about it, because what you focus on, what's it called? Where your focus goes, the energy flows. Conversations can hone your focus. Anyhow, empowerment is the theme of today. Thanks for being with me on this journey. I'm so glad that you're here, and I hope it helps you too. I'll see you tomorrow.